Let's catch these super chats while you guys mull over your bet, because I offered $1,000 bet to the Michigan audience last week. But anyway, Matthew Miller's here. We appreciate Matthew, host of our Texas show. Who is the second best quarterback in the Big Ten? Weak quarterback conference. Second best quarterback.
I don't know. Not Will Howard.
You don't think it's Will Howard? It's probably, I don't believe right this second it's Drew Aller, but I think it probably will be.
Drew Aller? What? I think Will Howard's better than Drew Aller, and I don't even like Will Howard.
He was last season, but things change.
Miller Moss is better than either one of them, so why are we talking about those two?
Based on one game? Drew Aller's going to get better. Absolutely, he's going to get better. People get better. I took all sorts of hell when I said Bryce Young was the best quarterback in the country and ranked him number one in my video. People were like, he's only thrown 6 passes last year. What happened? He won the Heisman Trophy. So things change. You have to project some things. You have to be a visionary slightly.
Yeah, I hear you, but I've seen Drew Aller. I've watched a lot of Drew Aller, and I just don't think he's got it. I think he's very consistent. He can't throw a long-range ball.
You may be right. Well, he won a football game by throwing a 75-yard touchdown pass down the sideline.
Yeah, so I just don't think he's a winner, man. I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big Drew Aller fan. I actually think Penn State's gonna really. They're not gonna have the season they want because Drew Aller is not the quarterback they're looking for. I mean, they think he is, but he's not.
We at USC definitely hope you're right when the Nittany Lions come to the Coliseum.
Let's narrow down the list. It's Gabriel, it's Howard, it's Moss,
and Aller. Beyond that,
Will Rogers.
You're really Will Rogers, but
we do not have to answer that question now. I think that's a commentary in itself.
Who's had the more prolific careers? That's pretty easy, Gabriel and Rogers. But who's gonna?
Oh yeah, by far those are the two guys.
Who's the best quarterback? That's a whole different conversation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the question is who's second best. I think it assumes that Dillon Gabriel is the best.
Yeah.
Yes, I would agree with that.
I think it's a close call, but I think Will Howard's the most accomplished. He's proven the most in terms of winning and statistics. To Tim's point, Will Rogers by far statistically is the best.
We're talking about careers right now.
Those two guys are going to be like top 5 statistically in the history of college football by the end of this season. Both of them, like attempts, completions, yards, touchdowns, all of that. If that's what you're looking at,
I'd say it's probably between Will Howard and Miller Moss.
Just to go retrace on Drew Aller because just to retrace on Aller for a moment, because this is, we have a Michigan guest here, TJ, and I think the point to make is Drew Aller lost to an opponent which ran the ball the last 2.5 quarters of a game.
Right.
Like that is uniquely bad. That is a unique failure that he has to own and which he has to overcome this season.
Yeah. I also think his offensive coordinator and his wide receivers should own quite a bit, having watched every play of that game.
Yeah, but
he wasn't good. He wasn't good against Ohio State or Michigan.
He gets happy feet. He gets panicky. He makes poor decisions. It's like he doesn't see the field. Like I just don't believe in him.
As a first-time starting quarterback, he did.
True. We'll see. We'll see this year, Mark. I don't know. I'm not buying the
I'm not making any prediction. I'm just saying, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
Okay.
All right, Slap Happy. We appreciate you being here. We better not suck this year. Fight on. FUCLA.
I think he's making a habit of that post. I think he's sticking with it. I think that's going to be his credo through the entire season until he's satisfied. Let's put it that way.
TJ, appreciate you being here, man. Everybody catch TJ on Tuesday and Thursday nights over on the Michigan channel. It's 8 p.m. Eastern time that was against a non-Big Ten defense, of course, Miller Moss's performance.
Yeah, but hold on. Yeah, that Louisville defense would rank pretty high, roughly, in the Big Ten. Maybe not in the top 3 or 4, but it would be definitely top half.
Having played ACC offenses. No, Louisville was a decent team, yes, but let's not.
Hold on. Who is feeding on Big Ten West offenses? Let's not go there, Mark. I mean,
let's not stack up Louisville's defense to be Ohio State or Penn State or Michigan or Iowa. They weren't as good as any.
You don't play those 3 every week. It's literally it's impossible.
Throw
right?
Iowa in
9
there
teams.
Those 4. Yeah. Louisville was good, and he was good in the game. He's played 1 game. He was spectacular in that game.
Who's his coach again? I forgot his coach.
He was spectacular in that game.
Okay, we need Mark to tell everyone again where they can find TJ and how they can follow his work.
Tuesday and Thursday nights over on the Michigan Channel. Great time with TJ, John, Ferris, and the crew. Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern time. The big call-in show is Thursdays at 9 Eastern.
8 p.m.
Oh.
Yeah, we moved it to 8. Because it was getting late with all the calls. But, great shows. Thanks for having me on, guys. Tim, Matt, Mark. Honestly, great discussion. We will definitely do it again, especially the week of the game. We definitely got to do some stuff for that. So, thanks for having me on, guys. It was a blast. Go Blue. And hopefully your defense doesn't get figured out. But we'll talk about that when we talk next. So have a good one. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, TJ. Awesome conversation. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you.
Matthew Miller is looking for some predictions as well. Who makes the playoffs from the Big Ten?
It's going to be hard for Ohio State to miss, especially within the 12-team playoff era, that you can certainly lose 1 game. You could probably even lose 2. If you go 10-2, you're still going to get in. So, if Ohio State doesn't go 10-2, then Ryan Day's definitely gone.
One of my favorite statistics, the last 12-team playoff, Ohio State would have missed 2004.
Oh, yeah, really. That's right.
Most people are predicting Ohio State and Oregon, correct? I mean, that's really
that's kind of
that's the chalk on this. I'm not. Again, I am the optimist on this panel. I think if this defense is fixed, if the defense and the offensive line is fixed, like I thought, it is not, and I repeat, not out of the realm USC could sneak in the back door on this.
Oh, I agree. I trust that Penn State's probably better than USC, but I believe USC has a higher ceiling than Penn State. I would say 3 out of the Big Ten, and that third is most likely going to be Michigan. If not Michigan, USC. If not USC, Penn State.
It's about right.
That sounds fair.